Welcome to Polynomial Division Part 2, Part B. So this video went so long that I had to break it into two sections. The videos only allowed me 15 minutes. Okay, for this next problem or example, here are a pair of equivalent expressions, one in standard, the other in factored. Find the missing numbers. Okay, our first one, x squared plus 9x plus 14. So what goes in the boxes? In order to solve this problem, we have to first list all the factors of 14. So we start with 1 and 14. We go to 2 and times 7. 3 doesn't go into 14 evenly. Neither does 4, neither does 5, neither does 6, and 7 we're right back at. So these are all the numbers. After we get the factor pair, we had to add them, and then we had to subtract them. And which number adds to the middle will give us our factor pair. So our factor pair are 2 and 7. And that's how we solve these. Factor simple trinomials. Okay, for the next one, we have 20. We're going to list all the factors of 20. 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 3, no, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 6, no, 7, no, 8, no, 9, no. All right, we're done. That's it. Add them. Subtract them. We have a 9, so 4 and 5 are our numbers. 4 and 5 go in the boxes. And that's it. So we didn't even have to figure out the signs because they already did the signs for us. Okay, looking at our next one. If we look here, we see that a 2 is already factored out. That means it's been divided out. So once I divide everything by 2, I get x squared plus x minus 12. I take my 12. I list all the factors of 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, 5 no, 6, 7 no, 8 no, 9 no. Okay, so this is it. I add my terms. I subtract my terms. And what gives me the middle terms? 3 and 4. Okay, so now this one is a little bit different. I got a negative here, which means both my signs are different. But look, the negative 3 is already there, so the 4 must be positive. And that confirms it because my middle term is positive. Okay, let's look at the next one here. Okay, this is a leading coefficient in front of x cubed. So only thing I have to do is worry about my leading coefficients. I got negative 1 times 2 times 1, which gives me negative 2. And that goes in the box. Okay, now same concept for this one. I have 1 times 2 times this number, which equals to 6. I know that 2 times 3 is 6, so this number has to be 3. Okay, finally, for this one, I'm given factors, but I don't know what they are, but I'm given one factor, which means I have to use polynomial long division. I take my factor, I divide it into the original polynomial. I'll take x squared. It must line over because I'm multiplying to 2 terms. So you start 2 terms in. X squared times x, 2x is 2x cubed. X squared times negative 3 is negative 3x squared. Change both signs. We multiply to match the first term. Then we change the sign to cancel the first term out. I multiply to match the first term, so that gives me positive 5x. It's over top the x, so it gets an x, which gives me 10x squared minus 15x. Change both signs. My x squares cancel out. 15 minus 7 is 8. And then what times 2 makes 8? Positive 4. I get 8x minus 12. I change both signs. I get 0. If the factor of a polynomial divides to 0, it is a factor. So now we got that. Now we get x squared plus 5x plus 4. I take my 4. I list all the factors of 4. 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. I add them. I subtract them. Which one makes 5? 1 and 4. So my x, 1, x, and 4, they're both positive. Both signs are the same. So 1 and 4 go in there. Okay, so now this one is a little tricky because we have a missing, but we are given a factor. So we're going to take x plus 2, divide it into our polynomial. And we can do this even though we have a missing term, because we do x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 2 is 2x squared. Change both signs. First term cancels out. I'm left with 4x squared plus some unknown x. Now, this is not a leading term, but I can figure it out. How can I figure it out? I know this has to be plus 4x because it matches my leading term. Is 8x. Now I have to change both signs to get them to cancel out. I still don't know what this is, but I'm going to bring down my negative 10. Now, what multiplies to 2 to make negative 10? Well, negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And then I have to change both signs to get to 0. So now I have to ask myself, what is the opposite of positive 5? Negative 5. So what plus negative 8 gives me negative 5 because they have to match and be opposite? Well, positive 3. So this number must be positive 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. Take the sign of the larger number. So now I get x squared plus 4x minus 5 this time. So I'm getting negative 1. To factor this trinomial, x minus 1, I'm already given. 1 times 5, so this must be plus 5. How do I know it's plus 5? 5 minus 1 is 4. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5, so this must be plus 4.